praise completely. Well, who knows? Actually, I mean, the draft order. We'll see how it all goes, but let's see how everyone starts tuning in. Let me double check, make sure everyone's tuned in.
There we go. All right, we're live on Instagram too. Let's go. Let's go. I gotta split my windows.
Q is live. Nice. I put a terrible name. I probably shouldn't. Misery 2024 season, basically.
All right. Welcome everybody. Hey, make sure you guys go subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to get more subscriptions on there. Everybody follows us on Instagram and X. We want more people to follow us on YouTube because I am posting shorts on there. I'm going to be posting game stuff on there too that I don't post on Instagram. So we'll be doing plays and things like that for my seat. So I'm going to kind of do that exclusively on YouTube to get more people. Other than that,
real quick, have you hit go live on Instagram Live?
Yep, we're live.
You're not on my end. Double check it.
I'm live. I can see it. I got people
on yours.
Yep.
I was over here popped in trying to see why, but I don't know. All right, all good. Works for me. Just wanted to double check.
Piece of shit said about Ocean. People mad. Yes, I do want to draft a quarterback. My God, please, God, can we draft a quarterback and call it a day? We need to move on from the AOC train. This whole thing about comparing him to CJ Stroud, this whole thing saying he drafts in the first round, like pull your head out of your fucking ass and stop attaching yourself to mediocre players. Yeah. You know, it's just do you really think AOC and AP are going to compete with Sean Payton and Bo Nix and Andy Reid and Mahomes and and then Herbert and Harbaugh? No, we're fourth on that list.
No, definitely. When it comes to the quarterback situation, AOC. I mean, I thought about it even earlier today. I was like, man, AOC was the clear cut favorite when we went to camp, and I thought that was like an agreement upon Raider fans
and us. Even now, I was like, oh, AOC starting. He looks like a quarterback.
Yeah, even at camp, we're like, man, AOC is the clear-cut starter. He's moving the offense. Minshew, I believe he had like 2 interceptions that day. It was just a terrible day. But when Minshew was announced the starter, we're all kind of shocked. So, we do need that quarterback, depending on who it is.
At 8. So, what's confusing to me is why Aller's going back. You saw what he can do. Big, strong, fast, power arm. I think if he came out, he'd be the clear-cut number 3 quarterback right now, just because of how he's doing. And then probably in the combine, he's going to blow it away. So if we don't get Sanders, which is not going to happen, I think the highest pick we can get now is like 6 or 5, I believe. I'd have to take a look.
We can still sneak into the top 3 as long as we lose. And I think if the Giants can
win. A lot of people have to win, which probably win. Yeah. So I think our statistically probable best pick is going to be like 6 is what I was pulling up.
But depending on who's drafting in front of us, I mean, a lot of those teams, I believe I saw a draft order today, and there was only like one team that needed a quarterback on that list, technically.
Well, the Browns are getting one, and the Giants are getting one. Those are gone.
Yeah. Well, it depends where the Giants pick. Eagles are resting their starters this weekend.
Go Eagles. So if the Giants win, that puts them in front of us. So that means we would drop to 7. And then the Cleveland has to win. But I want to say their strength of schedule, like there's a couple of things have to happen for us to overlap them. Because all the teams that are 3-13, they all have a less strength of schedule than us besides Cleveland. Yeah. So it's
have the Chargers announced their starters yet?
They are playing for spot 5, it looks like, because if Denver wins against KC's backups, the Chargers have to win to keep their spot in number 6.
There you
go. So, and we play the games at the same time. So there's no way that we can know the KC's going to win or lose. Denver's going to win or lose when the Chargers. So simultaneously, Chargers are probably going to place their starters.
Yeah.
And some of their starters are like J.K. Dobbins are playing for incentives for a lot of money. So I think they're going to go off.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'd rather just lose, but a lot of people in the nation seem to want to win.
They lick windows.
Yeah,
we're playing for the future at this point. And it's always like, oh, has AP done enough to get the job? No. look what he's won against. Like, really look at it. He's beat 2 good teams in the past 2 years. He beat KC once last year, and he beat Baltimore this year. Other than that, it's all garbage teams we beat. Teams that are worse than us. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
And people were like, oh, you're hating, you're this and that. I'm like, no, like, these are fucking numbers. Numbers don't hate on people. That's what the numbers are. We beat fucking 7 backup quarterbacks. That's it. That's all.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson is a fucking backup to me. So if you want to get technical, 6. We beat 6 backup quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Out of 9 wins.
I mean, I'm on the same boat with you. I mean, we're both big AP supporters going into the season. We had the flags, or you had the flags made. We put them on the golf
cart.
The
flags. I still take it every game. I just don't.
Yeah,
I don't
we're huge AP fans, but he just, I mean, like a lot of people said. I mean, I had some bias in it. You know, AP was a cool dude, but I mean, you probably do have to move on, get a veteran guy. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, you know, to me, Vrabel's realistic. Ben Johnson's realistic. So I think. So the other part is we're not going to get a top tier offensive coordinator without a quarterback. You're not going to get a top coordinator or a up and coming quarterbacks coach to come into our team and coach AOC. They're going to be like, hey, I want to coach Aiden O'Connell and lose my job in 2 fucking years. They're not going to do that.
That's why Cliff Kingsbury backed out of the Raiders job. So he's like, Minshew.
If they're going to get a top coordinator and keep AP, they're going to have to draft the quarterback and trade up for it, or hopefully one falls, or kind of, you know, check out the room, or they're going to go with the offensive mind and coach and say, hey, we're going to get you somebody. Like, we're going to give you the reins. If we have to trade up for a year or 2 to get our franchise guy, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And, you know, realistically, it probably only takes another first round pick to move up a few picks. You know, or you draft Monroe in the second. You know, that's the other part. You know, people don't like him. Have you been watching college football today and yesterday?
I have been watching a lot of college football today. Dylan Gabriel, all that. I've been watching the past few days. Shador, he took a dump. You know, they all kind of did, except Cam Ward.
Every player didn't do well. Besides, like, Quinn Evers, he did great. Dylan Gabriel didn't look that good.
Gadaboo looked like the next Raider prospect.
Yeah, and I was like, don't judge people off one game. Like, quit. Everybody's like, draft Bo. He's a savage. I'm like, the dude's a 4 run white and runs a 4.7 40. What the fuck are you thinking? Do not. Somebody said draft him in the first round.
People are saying Gentry's a bust now.
Yeah. and so I pulled up the next gen stats on Gentry. He had like 70 something yards.
95 he ended up having.
Okay, 95. It was 95. I have to pull up the fucking numbers again. But about 70 of them were after contact. And then I want to say he had like 10 to 15 broken tackles. Yeah. He was getting hit behind the line of scrimmage, breaking the tackle, and then running for another 3 yards and getting hit again. Yeah. He was not the problem. They were just outclassed. I mean, he plays in the Mountain West. The fuck do you expect? Like, against Ohio State, you know, against teams that have like blue chip recruits and you know, 5-star athletes that ran for 3,000 yards in a season in their high school. Like, Boise doesn't get players like that. They're just a little bit slower. Maybe they're fast and smaller. So, to me, I think if we don't draft a quarterback, we're going Will Johnson round 1.
Okay, Will Johnson. There's the pick. Will Johnson. Yeah. I want to be that Raider fan that says we're going to take Gentry.
That is a real possibility. To me,
I want to be that Raider fan. I agree. I think, I mean, that's a glaring hole. What do you think?
If we draft a late round quarterback in the second or third round, Gentry's who you pair him up with, period. Yeah. So if we're going to roll with AOC or for quarterback, that's BPA right there. Yeah. It's honestly a toss-up. It's a toss-up between him and Johnson. That's literally what it is.
Yeah, so, BPA is definitely Tom Telesco's go-to.
Yeah. So, and the thing is, you got to think, okay, we're going to take a running back in the first round. We got him guaranteed for 5 years on a rookie deal. And after that, he's going to get fucking paid. Yep. So, you know, I could see that happening. That's a real thing. If we do that route, because we have 3 cornerbacks, people forget that. So, a cornerback isn't a need or necessity. We have
our corners did play well throughout the season, considering that they were on the field probably 75% of the game.
Yeah. Nate Hobbs is a free agent. Bennett's back. Jack Jones, contract expired. So it's just they're going to get lower end deals, like probably 5 to 15 million somewhere in there. We have the money to do it. So you kind of give them a team friendly deal with incentives and say go out there and prove yourself because you didn't this year.
Yeah. Well, I think Jack Jones does highly depend on what happens with Antonio Pierce. I think they're a weird package deal, kind of. He's my guy. He's coming through. I
Is
mean,
my
a lot
guess.
of players had it like that. Even Ken Norton had a few guys like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he brought over, I think, a few of the Seahawk guys when he came over to the Raiders. So
somebody asked about Milroe. So this is how I say this. So somebody deleted my comment. I'm not going to say who. I'll tell you later. They said, "Oh, you really want this Monroe guy?" And I said, "Me." I raised my hand. I was like, "He's the most athletic guy in the draft. Like he's the fastest dude on the field at quarterback, and he's not a good thrower." And I'm like, it's shades of Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts, who both had shitty seasons, had shitty games, were pulled in big moments. Lamar Jackson threw 4 picks his last game of his college career. That's part of the reason he dropped, because they're like, oh shit, he can't play quarterback. He's a running back. And it worked out well for him. It just has to develop properly, because you're going to have a guy that it's going to be bigger, faster, and stronger than pretty much anybody on the field. That's as big as a linebacker and is faster than your fastest cornerback. That's nuts playing quarterback. That's what Lamar Jackson is without the muscle. And you see how much of a fucking horror show he is for defenses. So he can develop into that. He just needs to learn how to pass the ball. Mike Vick was the same way. Michael Vick couldn't throw the ball worth shit in college. Like he ran everywhere. Like he had a cannon for an arm, but he didn't know how to be a pocket passer. He had to develop that later on in his career. So I could really see that happening with him. It's just he has all the talent and athleticism in the world. It just depends if somebody can hone it in. I don't know if the Raiders are the team to do that, to coach him up. But
yeah, I mean, there's so many holes on the Raiders that you just have to fix. It's not going to take one off season to fix these holes. You're going to need a few off seasons, a good few drafts. I believe we did good with our last year's draft. You put 3 of those drafts together, then you're a playoff team.
Who is your disappointment in our draft? Because I know who mine is.
Go first.
Tommy. Tommy's my disappointment.
Tommy didn't play too much, but I mean, I go Tommy. Obviously Dylan was not a factor at all this year as well. I'd probably go Dylan. People were calling him the next Christian McCaffrey on Twitter. I'd probably go Dylan.
What, the 6th round?
I know, but you know how people are. They're like, "Oh, look, we got a mini CMC."
Yeah, somebody called Bo Scatterberg CMC too. I'm like, stop.
Just because he's white and a running back.
Okay. And so somebody compared Rattler to Rattler, however you say his name. Oh, he's just like Mahomes. I'm like, why? Because he's half black. Like that's literally all it is. Like, and curly hair. Like, dude, no.
Oh man. Yeah, those comparisons are hilarious. They do that in every sport, though. Every sport.
They do.
I would say Dylan's probably my major bust. I mean, even with his first time he touched the ball he fumbled. I mean, he's just
the speed. The NFL speed is getting to him, is what it looks like.
I thought maybe he can even be, a solid kick returner or punt returner. I mean, he hasn't shown signs of any of that.
Yeah, that's all you need from a guy like that. He's like, hey, we got a 6th-round running back. We're going to put him as a scat back, throw him the ball every once in a while, have him play on special teams. Bam, you got a 5-year career out of him. That's all you need.
That's all you need. But he's
not even doing that.
Even doing that. So I'd say Dylan.
Yeah.
Tommy reminds me of that one Clemson guy we got a few years ago. I feel I have weird vibes between the two. I can't think of his name right now.
What was his name? I know exactly. There was 2. There's one that was really fast.
Gruden era.
Yeah, there was one that was fast, and there's one that was another linebacker.
Yep.
We cut him. Tanner Muse.
Tommy is giving me Tanner Muse vibes of just high expectations, and we'll see if he ever sees the field.
I have no idea how I pulled that name out of my ass, by the way.
That was a good one.
No fucking clue where to me, I pulled out of my brain and it just like shoved the memory of my child down the drain. So I can remember
that. I think he was number, I want to say 47. I can be completely wrong. I might be thinking of Nick Kwiatkowski or whatever that guy's name was.
No, that guy was we got him from free agency.
But I'm thinking numbers wise, just on linebacker 47. I can't remember who it was.
He was 44. Muse was
47.
He was 44. Kwiatkowski, or heavily say he was 44. I know that.
Okay.
Muse, I think, was like 18 or something. He was some weird fucking number.
That's a weird number. Very weird number.
Maybe he was 18.
So a question off of Twitter I've seen earlier. Possibility of Kyler Murray.
Fuck that, dude. I mean, it would be cool to play Call of Duty with our quarterback. I mean, I'm not gonna lie about that. That'd be freaking
cool. Yeah.
Like, can we stop recycling quarterbacks? Can we just quit, please?
Well, the argument too is, they're passing too fast on these quarterbacks, these rookie quarterbacks. They're not
Yeah.
giving them time to develop, and by the time they're year in 4 or 5, they're over here, like Sam Darnold putting together a great year.
Yeah, I think we need to draft a quarterback. And so I posted today on Twitter the list of quarterbacks we've taken in the second round or below, and the list is astronomical, and all of them are like below 500 quarterbacks. Derek Carr being the most successful, obviously, but other than that, there is no winners. And it's just like players you never even heard of. Like, who the fuck is this guy? And the most recent was like Connor Cook, Tyler Wilson. We're like, oh, they're gonna be good, they're big, they're strong. No, they're out of the league in 4 years.
Oh man, Connor Cook, Tyler Wilson. Crazy.
Yeah, but we've drafted 3 quarterbacks in the modern era in the first round. It was Maranovich, Russell, and then Mark Wilson. So that's it. In 40 years, three quarterbacks.
So is the Sanders to Raiders movement finally dead, or do you think there's hope?
We don't have high enough pick. We're gonna trade stuff away if we're gonna get them.
Mm-hmm. Back to AOC next season.
Aiden O'Connell, it is. Somebody asked, "What's the lowest pick if teams lose?" So let's just say everybody, we come out at 4-12, and the Giants win. They would overpass us, so we'd be at 7. If Carolina and Jacksonville win, they would be ahead of us. But Carolina is playing Atlanta, so it's a possibility for them to win. If we lose, so then they would go ahead of us. That would put us at 6. Jacksonville is starting Mac Jones against Indy. Another possibility. Flacco's in for them, so that would put us at 5. Cleveland is fucked.
Yeah, Cleveland's up there.
They're playing Baltimore. They ain't gonna win shit, even with their backups.
Yeah.
But yeah, if the thing is, if Cleveland won, they would still be below us. So that's about as high as we can get is 5, I believe.
So right now, as I'm looking, that we're obviously pick 8. The 3 teams that scare me with quarterbacks, if that was the one thing that would happen for the Raiders, obviously the Giants. We have a chance to pass them up. Cleveland, I can see them taking a quarterback. I can also see them taking a receiver, maybe giving because they just restructured Watson's contract.
Yeah, which is the worst in history.
Now, the dark horse, the very dark horse that is 2 picks ahead of the Raiders is the New York Jets.
Rodgers and Adams are gone. So,
yes. So now that is the dark horse. Before, we only had to worry about maybe the Giants and Cleveland, but now the Jets said they're moving on from Rodgers.
Yeah, and did you see what Rodgers said? He's like, I'm going to get cut by a 17-year-old. He said that shit on McAfee. He's like, that guy gives 0 fucks. I was laughing.
Yeah, so I can see the Jets definitely taking a quarterback, the Giants taking a quarterback, and Cleveland, and that would leave us not taking a quarterback.
Yep, and we'll get. I truly think we have a chance at drafting Milroe in the second round. I really do, because they're going to work. He's going to go to the combine if he doesn't go back. So the rumor is he might transfer to Oregon. He might go back to Alabama. Yeah. He hasn't declared.
Yeah.
At this point in time, he's a second-round pick. Next year, quarterback room is stacked. He might still be a second-round pick next year.
Definitely, so, I think he will be as well next year. Yeah.
So regardless of his how much. I think if he goes to the combine and just fucking blows it out of the water, or in his pro day, like, oh shit, he runs a 4.40, puts up 225 25 times. People are like, oh fuck, like we got to draft this guy,
Yeah, maybe there's a diamond in the rough. I mean, maybe Milroe's that guy, like Lamar was getting drafted, late. Shit, we'll see. We need it.
I don't think Sam Darnold. Minnesota is not letting Darnold leave, and they're going to keep McCarthy as backup. I don't see them separating between one of them, because if Darnold fucks up
on the rookie contract,
McCarthy's 20 years old. People forget that he's literally 20. But Darnold has had one good year in the NFL. That's it. Other than that, he's been a complete bust. By the way, Darnold with the Jets, and who else? Geno Smith with the Jets. And then the MILF Hunter. Oh God, what's his name? Wilson with the Jets. I think it's just the Jets at this point. Look at Rodgers before he's with the Jets. It's the Jets. Yeah. They're more dysfunctional than us. But
yeah, I don't see them moving on from McCarthy. He's on a rookie deal. He can learn under Darnold.
Yeah.
Why even risk that? He could be the new, Jordan Love, be that quarterback that just develops under a veteran.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds silly. Like, say Darnold plays the next 2-3 years, McCarthy's still 23. He's still going to be younger than most rookies.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But I don't think he's going to be traded. But why would you trade McCarthy, your insurance policy, on a rookie deal that you used the first round pick on in the second round? Like a first, second round pick. Nobody's giving up a first round pick for him.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree. Cam Scabato, put some respect on his name, Josh.
Scabato. I think he's a how would I say this? He's a one-trick pony. He's going to be a mid-level power back. And somebody I screenshotted this today because I will be bringing this up next year and tagging all them. People are saying he's going to have more yards than Ashton his first year. And I was like, you're out of your fucking mind.
That's a crazy.
Yeah. And so I think he'll be a rotational back, and I think he'll be good. Somebody gets hurt or something, he might get the starting role. He might get close to 1,000 yards, but I don't think he's going to be generational talent or anything like that. He's a 3rd to 5th round pick. Like, you don't expect him to last very long, and he's a power back at 210 pounds. Like, that's not a thing. He's small too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep, I agree. I agree with that take. Cam Scabato, he had a great game today. Shout out to him, but he's not going to be a every down back.
Somebody's like, draft him the first round, and I posted, stop judging players off of one fucking game. Can you quit, please?
You know what? Just throw something crazy out there. Maybe the Raiders get Gentry in the first. You take Cam Scabato in the 4th. You run power run next year.
Yeah, you run the ball 50 times a game, see what happens.
Yeah, it's like the Lions with Jamar Gibbs and David Montgomery. I mean, something fun to think about. Maybe you go Gentry, maybe you go Cam Scabato, because our running back room can be completely wiped and no one remembers any of them.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody just said these running backs too small. Wait till they get hit by a grown ass man.
Yeah.
Let me look. I'm curious. So Gentry's 5'9", but he's like 220 or something like that. He's little. He's like Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is listed at 5'10" or 5'11". He's not 5'10" or 5'11". I'm sorry. He's like 5'8", 5'9". But he's fucking jacked out of his mind. Or what's his name? Shit. What was the guy number 30 that played for us?
Jalen Richard.
Yeah, Richard. He's like 5'6".
Yeah.
Same thing, just wide as hell. He's 5'6". Like, I said next to him, I'm like, you're not 5'10". Like, no, not even close. Like, no. They lie at these fucking things, man. I'm gonna look up. I'm curious how size is.
Yeah. Something.
Yeah, they already ran like his 40 at his it's ran like a 4.65, which is but it's not. That's not breakaway.
What do you guys think about getting him? Here, we got a question real quick. What do you guys think about getting a veteran QB and using the draft for some players we can use now? The draft. Oh, we kind of just answered that.
And did we do that the past 2 years? I'm just wondering how that worked out.
Yeah.
I'm looking at how about Cam. Yeah, it says he's 5'10", 220. Yeah.
Ashton?
No, Cam. But I've seen other things where he's shorter and weighs less. I mean, he's a thick boy, but
yeah, I can see him being about 220.
I watched, and this is the thing that I liked because starting to get into the podcasting and stuff. I'm watching college football a lot more. Like, I watched it, but now I'm watching it like every single Saturday. I'm looking at numbers, watching people how they play, the rankings, and it's like I'm actually knowing who these players are. I'm like, nah. So like Jackson Dart, same thing. 3rd or 5th round prospect. Okay. Same issues, hold on to the ball, makes dumb decisions. He's a developmental quarterback. He's going to have to sit for a few years. He's not a guy that you're going to draft and put out there. So if you draft him with the AOC is going to win the job.
Yeah.
That simple. I even think AOC would win the job over Monroe for the first year. And then he would do enough to fuck up or have a game. This is what people say, like, AOC throws for 300 yards, right? And the next game he throws for like 150 and gets hurt. And then he'll throw for 300. And then he'll throw for no yards in 3/4. Like, that's what he does. He's all over the place.
Yeah. Definitely agreed there. for all the people saying AOC, give AOC time to develop, he's a career backup.
He's 25 years old.
He's
Well,
a
he's
career
26 now.
Career backup.
Yeah. And that's okay. Like, you need backups that are capable. He's a very, very good backup, but he's not a starter. He's not a starter.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, I don't want to tell people, like, he's not that good of a quarterback. People are trying to compare him to Stroud. Like, come on.
No.
You can stop.
Because you know what? You know what I will say? Mark Davis has so much pressure in the next few years to win something.
Yeah.
So much pressure. Going into Vegas, new stadium. I mean, he's getting taken over every single weekend. He has a ton of pressure right now.
I don't think they ever become home games. There's no way to really regulate it because people want to go to Vegas.
No. And then, I mean, people are like, well, if the Raiders start winning, I'm like, well, bro, if I was a fan of, like, say, the Eagles, and there was a Monday night matchup in Vegas, and they were both, say, 10-0,
I'm going.
I'm going. That's more of an incentive to go.
and the tickets are going to be even higher, so you're not going to be able to go to as many games.
Yeah. So Philly fan, I mean, no matter what, it's going to be a takeover. People want to go to Vegas. It's a destination city.
Yeah. I have decided I am going to go to the playoff game in St. Louis. I want to, not St. Louis, sorry, LA. Okay. I want to go. I was like, I want to go to a playoff game. It's been a while since I've been to one. So I was like, I'm going to go. I'm going to go to that fucking shithole SoFi.
All right.
I think
matchup been set?
They should be hosting. It looks like they're going to be. So it depends on the last game. If they host Detroit, the tickets are going to be high. If they host the Vikings, probably not so much. Vikings don't travel well.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be a good time.
Yeah, I was going to bust out my Jimmy G jersey. It'd be fun.
That'd be a good time.
Good time. Garoppolo, let's go.
Good time. Yep. I went to a Niner playoff game a few years back.
Did you wear Raider shit?
I wore a Beast Mode hat and I wear my Beast Mode Raider jacket. So I was in Raider stuff, and then I ran past this. Honestly, she probably could have beat me up, and she was wearing this badass Lyle Alzado jersey, and she was talking hella shit. I was like, damn, she showed me up.
I've been to Niner games and Raider shit. It's not even that bad, to be honest with you.
Oh man, she was decked out. I give her props. But also, she looks like she could probably knock out half the fans.
That's funny.
She wasn't very. She was more like a.
Why do people want to say Dart? What? Okay, tell me. So, okay, you're replying Dart. What is so special about Dart? Let's be honest. Like, what's so special about him? If he was so special, he'd be a first-round pick.
He was JPJ's like center for a while. Come on, Josh. Something.
Jackson
like
Dart played with JPJ?
I think so. Or they have a really good friendship or something like that.
Why?
Super. I don't know. Look it up. He's always wearing stuff. If you look at JPJ's like Instagram post, he's always wearing like Jackson Dart shirts to like his pre-games.
What the fuck? That's weird.
You've never noticed?
No.
Right, let me see. JPJ, I'll pull it up right now.
Yeah. So he went to USC, then transferred to Ole Miss.
I don't know the connection fully. I just know they're good friends for some reason.
Are they both religious? He's a member of the Church of the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I don't know what any of that means. Is that people who don't
if my camera wants to settle up, we got him right there in a Jackson Dart t-shirt.
That's weird.
If someone knows the connection, let us know.
I just don't know what's so
they
special.
Played high school football together in Utah.
Oh, okay.
There you go. They played high school football together in Utah.
What quarterback ranking is Jackson Dart? Was he like 8 to 10 or something like that?
I would say maybe you might be too generous on that, but he might be around there.
That's going to be like a fucking 5th round pick.
Yeah.
I hate Raider fans sometimes.
Yep.
I'm reading a scouting report now. Weaknesses. Doesn't have elite arm strength. Needs to increase his precision and receiver accuracy. Poor footwork. Well, that sounds even great. Abandons initial reads and forces throws. This is great. Decision making under duress and ball security require further refinement.
Wow.
When forced to be a drop back quarterback without scrambling, production decreases. Oh, that's cool.
So he's like a Kyler Murray. He just likes to scramble. He can't hold his pocket.
Production dips against higher caliber defenses. Can't move the plays or can't move the chains and has an issue making big plays. That sounds like a winner. Let's go.
There you go. And that answers your question here. Are we completely fucked with our quarterback situation? We're reviewing Jackson Dart right now.
I'm curious. I've never Gabriel, Moreau, obviously Sanders, Ward. I've read all their draft piles, went through all their scouting combines, like multiple websites. I've never looked up Jackson Dart. So I was like, I've seen him play. I'm like, he looks like a guy that runs around. You know what reminds me of? Like a shittier Johnny Manziel. That's who he reminds me of.
That's a good comp.
And I see him and I'm like, like he's just not gonna be it. Like he's gonna go out there and have some big plays and he's gonna fuck shit up too.
Yep.
Let's see.
We're not gonna tank again next year. I think Archie Manning is out of the equation. Mark Davis is gonna try to win as many games as possible next year.
Oh, so here's this thing. His 2024 campaign increased red flags about his ability to produce against NFL caliber defenses. He struggles against Kentucky's pressure packages and complex coverages. He has limitations and processing speed with his decision.
Oh man, there you go.
And that is written. That is by SEC recruiters. So that's people in his own league. That's fucking brutal.
Fuck. What do you guys think Tom Brady wants to do? He won at Shador. I will die on that hill.
So people forget that these players have pull. I saw some old guy comment on my shit. These fucking players should. I shit you not. You know, it's like the guy wearing the fucking MAGA hat over in the corner just screaming for no fucking reason.
Dude, don't even start with that. I get so many of those.
Yeah, these fucking players don't deserve this money. They should be happy that they're drafted. I'm like, bro, they're making $5 to $10 million a year on NIL. They don't give a fuck anymore.
Oh man,
like I'm going here, eat a dick. Like that's the way the world works now. Okay, like did you see the full the 5-star recruit wide receiver that caught 8 passes last year? What his fucking NIL deal was? Did we talk about that last time?
No.
All right, you're gonna love this. Went to Texas Tech. Texas A&M's like, we want you. So he has 3 years of eligibility. He's a number 1 wide receiver recruit like a year or 2 years ago, redshirt freshman. Caught 8 balls this year. All right, that's it. That's all. Because he's down on the depth chart. He's an 18-year-old kid. But the potential is there. He's getting $750,000 per year, $750,000 check, beginning of the year. Bam. Every year he plays. Getting a driver, getting a car and a house for his family, getting travel and suites for every game for him and his family, up to like 10 guests. And then he gets like free food and beverage and shit. This dude's getting $1 million a year. Hasn't even played college football. That's why college players can call the shots now.
Crazy. That's why college players are staying, 6 years.
Yeah. How much are you going to give me? Yeah, I'll bring you.
Yeah. I mean, that's why Shiloh Sanders. 6 years, right?
So and this is kind of one of the bad things about the NIL in California. They're working on legislation to make it so NIL deals in California are transparent. So if I pay you X amount of money, that is public data. So you will know how much these kids are going to be made. But the problem is other states don't have to do that.
Million.
Yeah. You're talking about team spent, they're talking team spent 40 million. They don't have to disclose it. They can talk about it. But in California, they're talking about okay, hey, you're going to pay your quarterback 1.1 million or whatever the fuck it is. They're laughing and the coaches are getting mad out here because they're like, we can't compete because Georgia's going to be like, oh, you get 1.4. Hey, we'll give you 1.3. Come play for us. Like they're just going to get outbid.
Yeah.
That's hella funny.
Very true.
Wait for California to fuck things up.
They always do.
First of all, 25 million is a drop in the bucket for Under Armour.
All
that money and he still can't win.
Nike.
No, does he own Nike or Under Armour?
Oregon?
Yeah.
Nike.
Under Armour. Is it Nike?
It's Nike.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
No, wait, what's his name?
I can't remember. It's Nike.
Who knows?
Because they have all the Nike stuff out there. It's all Nike.
Pay attention to that shit. Their jerseys are ugly as fuck anyways.
All right, we got a question right here from the chat. Realistically, how much do we give Max to keep him here? You give him a slight contract, bonus. You give him a few more incentives. I think he's just sending a message to Mark that he wants to win. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. I do think he's a Raider through it all. I just think it was a message. I think it was a hard, like it's like that old dad message. I mean, I know he's young, but he's like, hey, figure shit out, or I'm going to request a trade eventually.
So he's under contract till 2026, though.
Correct, but I mean, as Devontae, as most players that the Raiders do, they can force their way out eventually.
Yeah, he's making 28. His contract was front loaded a little bit, so I think his roster bonuses are gone. He has active bonuses,
Mm-hmm.
and then he has like all pro bonuses, but he's getting $30 million a year still. I think that's kind of a cap as Stevenson, though. You're not going to get much more than that. Like what are the bonuses getting, like 30 maybe?
I want to say he does want some type. He did complain about it. He
wants guaranteed money.
He wants guaranteed money. He's like,
and then they can restructure his contract. Like, all right, hey, we'll keep you at 30 to 35. We'll restructure you for like 5 years. We'll make half of it guaranteed. Like they're going to do something like that.
Yeah.
Because he can go out there and get hurt. Like he's going out there giving his all. His leg's fucked up. It's like you saw his ankle. They did a full 2 inches of tape. Look like a cast on his foot when he's out there playing. So yeah, you can see that happening.
Yeah, but I mean, how did you? I mean, that's a good thing. We haven't talked about it quite yet. How did you interpret his speech?
He's fucking tired of this shit. He's too much of a competitor to be on a bad team. So I can see him leaving. I really can if we don't change the course. And we're not going to get mad at him. He's like, hey, I gave him my all. I couldn't do what I wanted to do here. I want to win. That's it. And I don't think he's one of the guys. He's not a diva like Adams or Jacobs. He won't bash us on the way out. He'll just be very brutally honest. He's like, I couldn't win here. That's it. And then everybody will turn on Mark Davis. They'll put all the blame on Mark Davis.
Yeah. I mean, as we should with, Khalil Mack back in the day, so on. So
he's letting fucking Gabagools run his goddamn team.
Yeah. It's a sad thing to say, but Mark Davis, it does seem at times that he has lost control.
How old is Mark Davis? 70?
70 something. He has to be higher.
Maybe dementia or something will kick in and somebody else take over the team.
Yeah, I mean, Brady.
Okay, that's the wild thing. I think that's what they set this up for Brady to run the team for the next 30 years. It sounds fucking wild, but I was like, maybe I hired him. I'm like, slowly, he's going to invest more of his money, get more backing, and own more of the team. And he's going to be not the majority owner. That's going to stay in the family. But he's going to be the guy that runs the Raiders. And I'm okay with that. If he does well. If he does shitty, he's going to step back. Like, oh, God, what's his name? The guy for the Raiders, our linebacker, Matt Millen, tried to be in the ownership and a GM. I would be mad at Mark Davis if he wasn't so damn fucking Joe.
Oh, I agree. I'd spend a night with them.
Yeah. I mean, shit. You know how much money he has? Like, you want to be big spoon or little spoon, man?
Okay. All right. This conversation can go left real fast. It can go left.
You're seeing Andrew Schultz stand up. He's like, you're over here getting fingered by somebody that works at McDonald's. Yeah, I let a billionaire grab me by the pussy. Like a fucking billionaire. He's like, you're getting banged by a guy whose hands smell like French fries.
Terrible. Yeah, Mark Davis can have some if he wants some.
Yeah. I mean, he always has new girls in his seat, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he does. He's a baller.
But
I completely lost track what we're talking about.
So you think we win Sunday versus the Chargers because they're playing their starters as of now?
No, I mean, I hope we don't, but I mean, a lot of there's fans that do want them to win. At this point, I guess a win's okay. I'll be happy. You finish the season strong. I see both sides of the argument. I can see why you want to be happy now. The first win hurt me because we were in prime position to get Sanders. But now it's kind of like, okay, I'm okay finishing the season strong.
So if we win, we're going to be about the 10th pick.
Ugh, yeah.
10th, yeah, somewhere around 8 to 10 if we win, depending on what Chicago does and let me pull it up. I love math. With the Giants. No, the Giants can't do that. Never mind. Yeah, if we win, we're going to be about from 8 to 10.
Yeah.
Because we'll have the same record as New Orleans, and our strength of schedule is higher. So we'll leap them. Chicago has a higher strength of schedule, but the same record. So if they win, we'll be at 9. But if they lose, we'll be at 10.
That's brutal. Very brutal.
Math.
Very brutal. Very brutal. I wanted Sanders.
I was there at the game. It was super cool to see us win against a backup. The sign was a complete hit. I did not realize people hated Derek Carr so much there. They are not emotionally or physically attracted to him. They have no emotional investment with him. So they see him as a football player that doesn't win for them when they think they should be a contender. And they had a top 10 D last year. They should have won. So if you didn't know, last year we had a top 10 defense too. Us and the Saints, only teams with top 10 Ds that didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So that's why Saints fans, I was like, even people with Derek Carr jerseys. I asked the guy, I'm like, no, I was like, can I ask your honest opinion, Derek Carr? And I want you to formulate it for me. And he was wearing a Derek Carr jersey, and he flat out said, I wear this jersey because it was $150. And I was like, bro. I was like, all right, I feel you because they're fucking expensive. And it was a nice, it was the Color Rush one. Look cool. And I'm like, yeah, it's an expensive fucking jersey, dude. Like, they're like $170. I'm like, yeah, I mean, you know.
It looked pretty empty. How was it? How was the fan base? I mean, it looked
so. I mean, there's a lot of Raider fans. Yeah. I think a lot of people pre-booked their tickets before
they did. Oh, definitely. Definitely.
I was one of them. So, you know, Riley looks like shit. Our defense looked good. Bowers is fucking the guy. Abdullah went off. I don't know where the hell that 31-year-old running back came from.
You know, that was his first ever 100-yard rushing game.
And he's ran for 1,000 yards before, I believe.
Crazy.
Yeah. I was like, that's wild. I remember that guy was drafted on the Lions, like back in the day. Yeah. He was like him and another back.
He's supposed to be like Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
He was. Yeah. He's supposed to be the next big thing. Here, we got a good question right here. Would it be worth it to trade up with all the cap space we have now? Definitely.
Yep.
Definitely. 100%.
But what would you give up? I would give up a first for next year.
Oh, for sure.
And a second.
Yeah. I would give up.
Not this year second, next year second. I'd be like, here, take next year. Fuck
off.
off.
So ideally, you're saying this year's first, next year's first, and then next year's second?
Second or third, a kicker. Something to kick in there. That wouldn't get you number one. That would get you like 3 to 5. So if there's a quarterback available, pull the trigger if you can do it.
Yeah.
So we tried to do that this year. We tried to trade up, like 8 picks?
Yeah.
Something like that. And the price was too steep.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard.
But when you're trading up like 2 or 3, a little bit easier.
Yeah. So with the cap space now, I mean, I'm just going to stir the pot. Davante Adams, free agent. If he gives you a lengthy apology, do you consider him back?
Fuck that guy. I hope he gets E. coli from his fucking Taco Bell.
So even if, I mean, how do you think the nation would support him if he does this?
Oh, they hate his guts.
People are already speculating he still has the house in Vegas. He hasn't sold it. That's where his family lives currently.
Somebody's going to throw a battery at his fucking head. That's what's going to happen.
Just the speculations. He hasn't sold it. That's where his, I believe his wife still lives full time. Just an option. I mean, he could be back next year. I think it's a huge possibility, in my opinion. Especially with the new coaching staff. I think it could happen.
New coaching staff, same fans. So
I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just going to throw it out there. I mean,
I don't think Higgins is coming. He said today he wants to stay in Cincy. He said he wants to take a pay cut. Garrett Wilson's a real possibility.
I would like Garrett Wilson. I don't let go of Adams. You're not going to trade Garrett Wilson.
Yeah. They might be blowing that up in New York to say fuck it. You know. But
he's still 24. He's super young.
Yeah, I think we draft wide receiver. I think we go wide receiver. If we don't go Genty in the first round, I think we go wide receiver, running back in second and third.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
Yeah, Justin Fields again is a possibility. I don't want it though. Justin Fields is not a caliber starting quarterback.
He shows flashes. I mean, he's very inconsistent. He's basically Aiden O'Connell who can run.
Yeah. He's
going to give you that huge game, and he's going to have 2 bad ones to back it up.
And I won my fantasy football league last year with him, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. That's how he's going to be. I mean, in my opinion.
Oh,
Aiden O'Connell with legs.
I'm smoking in the championship, by the way. Smoking.
Josh could win the fantasy league.
Yeah, I'm going to win the fantasy league, and I'm going to talk so much shit for the next year to everybody in it. I'm just gonna tag him. The trophy's over here. I bought it for the league last year. I won my league last year.
Yeah,
it's probably fucking collusion. What I do is
$500 league, and Josh won it, and I got to lose.
What I do is when you guys are asleep, I go in and adjust the points, and then
No, you probably Hey, let me get my.
No, it tells you when you do that.
No, I know. It tells you.
It says administrator has adjusted the waiver wire.
Yeah, Josh did win the $500 league. It was with a lot of the Raider creators. So
I gotta order. Let me get my trophy. I bought this last year for the league.
No one wants to see it.
I had the box, and the thing was, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get it." Just
no one wants to see your trophy.
No, I got it because I'm gonna thank everybody. I'm gonna send it to the winner, and we'll mail it back every year.
Yeah, so, no, that's nice.
My last year's team was called Jimmy STD, and this year is Dante's Inferno.
What does it say? Raider Nation what?
It says Raider Nation Fantasy Football.
Oh shit, that's tight. Damn,
this is a big ass fucking trophy. Look,
I would have played harder if I knew you had that.
Yeah, I was hoping somebody close would win it. The thing's gonna be like fucking $60 to ship, but no, yeah. So if you guys join the league, like that is a trophy. I ship it on my own dime because I'm like, I thank everybody for joining the league and shit, and keeping it alive. We have group chats and stuff like that.
The group chat is kind of dead this year, though. We need to get some shit talkers.
Yeah, I got banned from another league because I talked way too much shit. There was a German fellow in my last league.
Well, I don't even want to know. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah. I added his face and his wife like on Hitler, put him in the Holocaust, everything. Like it was,
dude,
it's fucking bad.
I'd be mad too.
People were just like, bro. I'm like,
yeah.
And my brother was like, you guys don't understand. After like 5 o'clock, Josh is home. Like, leave him the fuck alone. My brother was in the league. They're like, he's like, literally leave him alone. He will just talk shit to you for 4 hours straight because he has nothing to do.
I would have banned you too.
Yeah. And he's like, I don't think you can come back in the league this year. I'm like, why? They're like, everybody hates you. I'm like, well, I won. So first of all, fuck you. I was like, second. Yeah, it was pretty funny. But terrible. I know how to get other people's stuff.
I run back to Raider talk. Justin Fields, we answered that already.
No, Justin Fields, but yeah. So yeah, we're gonna expand to 12 teams next year. I had a couple of people interested. I'm gonna keep posting it. You'll post it too. We'll put it on YouTube. I think we should run like a fun league off our YouTube, like $10, something like that. Just give somebody a prize,
Or we could do maybe like a Survivor League, and we'll put together like an autograph box, and whoever wins it wins the box.
Yeah, it'd be something fun to do.
It'll be free entry as long as you're subscribed. I think that's a good idea. Do a Survivor League. We'll put together some autographs, and whoever wins the Survivor League gets the collector's box.
Oh, so pissed. So my auto draft, I got 4th place. So remember the league I was playing in? I was in 1st place all fucking year. My playoff game, I had injuries. Then Hurts and Kamara go out, and I'm like, "Fuck, dude! There's no way I'm winning any of the playoff games." And I was like, "Well, it was fun while it lasted." And they're like,
fun while it lasted.
I was the number one.
You could have picked up Drew Lock.
Yeah, I started Aaron Rodgers the last game. He got me like -2 points.
You could have picked up Drew Lock. Drew Lock looks like a
nobody knows. Really, nobody's gonna be like, "Oh, fucking pick up Drew Lock." I will, because I'm a master bettor. I will give some betting advice. Check out the contracts and pick the ones that need the incentives. Flat out, they're gonna be fucking gunning for it. Like Dobbins has like a 250. What? Oh, Geno Smith I think has like a $3 million incentive over, but they're gonna put his over like 180 yards. He gets like $3 million. Mike Williams gets like $1 million for a couple things.
Mm.
Some of the players get some fat bonuses if they go over a certain amount of yards.
There you go. Betting advice this week.
Yeah. I don't even know how much money I lost last week. I fucked around that live shit and lost. You gotta tell me how much I owe.
I think you're at like 130. It's not too bad.
That's not bad at all.
It's not too bad. Not too bad.
No, but yeah.
I try to keep it cool with the holidays. Let the holidays pass first.
Fuck that. Where's my money?
Oh man.
But yeah, I got a buddy that always hits fucking parlays all the time. All the fucking time. I'm like, fuck you.
Dude, I did pretty good last week. I came out quite a bit last week, so save it for playoffs, see what I can do with it. Let's see
Yeah.
if we can make it a.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna win that money from what do you call it? The Fantasy Football League.
Yeah.
So go put it on black or something.
Yeah. Is that the plan? Let's go to Sky River.
Yeah. Well, I've been watching a lot of blackjack. For some reason, it's popping up in my feed. It knows. So I feel like I know the strategy now.
Yeah.
Which I don't. But yeah, I was like, I want to go play blackjack because I usually just fuck around and play one hand and leave. But I'm like, I can play a couple hands, but because I bet too much on them.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool, guys. Well, Evans is going over for sure. Evans needs to hit the 1,000 yards. That is my max of the week. I agree. That's a good one. Mike Evans.
Yeah, well, he needs like 80 yards or something, right?
I might be higher. He needs to get to 1,000, right? It's not an incentive, but it's just like his own personal.
No, he gets money. He gets like 500 G's or something like that.
Damn.
Some of these fucking bonuses are insane. They're like 500.
He needs 85 yards.
Yeah. Some of these bonuses are anywhere from like 500. Like Geno Smith was 3 million. I was like, fuck, dude. That's a lot of fucking money for an incentive because they set it so high and he went off this year. He's been a top 5 passer all year.
Yeah. Mike Evans, that's a good one. Yeah, he's at 915 right now. He has never had a season under 1,000 yards.
He's been the man for fucking years.
Wow.
Well, because they had Winston, and Winston was just throwing bombs to him all the time, and then he had Brady after that, and then after that was Baker. So he's always had decent quarterbacks. Like Winston's not a good quarterback, but he can throw for a shit ton of yards.
And then Evans is on my mind. Like, terrible. Mike Evans, play of the week.
Damn it, where'd it go? I know I screenshotted a bunch of them. I was popping up to see what the winners are and things like that. Did I not fucking save them? Of course not.
Why would if anyone does gamble, hit up Josh. He has a player's code for you if you do gamble. You can go through me or Josh, and we will get you set up.
God damn it! Now I can't find it. Anyways, good night, everybody. I think we're all done.
Yeah, I think we're good. I think there's not much to talk about. We're not the best.
I'm wearing this is actually Gardner Minshew's hat. I'm wearing it to
there you go
channel. So it's super cool. He went and put this on my kid's head. I don't care what you say. This is a salute to service, and it's a $45 hat, and I got it for free.
Pretty cool. There it is. I got a Max Crosby inspired Condors hat. I forgot who gave this to me. I think it was like Cap City. Shout out to Cap City. And we'll go from there. So we appreciate you guys. Please sub to our YouTube, and we'll be back hopefully next week and for many more weeks to come. We got to do something maybe with the off season. We're trying to do a hotline.
Yes. Hopefully the viewers are paying attention. We're in the process of setting up a call line so you can call in and talk to us.
Yeah.
To my haters, go for it.
This is gonna get fun. I was thinking that
no, nothing political, nothing racist.
Yeah,
I will cut it off.
We will hang up, but call shit.
I want to say I think we're one of the only. I think besides the major podcasts, nobody else does that. None of the small guys do it. So
we're looking for a hotline.
Yeah, because we're different. We think outside the box,
and we don't care what people call about. Talk shit, hate on our opinions.
Yeah,
do not care. So hopefully we get that set up off season. We'll try to put some more fun things together. Maybe do a giveaway here, start off the year. I still have that Jack Jones ball I keep talking about. Maybe we'll give it away before he leaves.
I am doing. I'm going to be doing a quiz in the parking lot. I'll be asking people some questions for some content. Got a cool price for you guys if you get the questions right, and it is a funny question. So hopefully, if you guys know Raider history, you'll get it like that.
There you go.
But I got to decide what to give away. I haven't decided yet.
There you go. Yeah. Actually, tonight we'll start the Jack Jones ball for subscriptions. So we'll see how that works out. Subscriptions on YouTube are kind of what we're shooting for right now. I believe we can go through the list of subscribers and maybe come back in 2 weeks and we'll pull somebody. If there's only 10 subscribers, you got a good chance.
I think there's like 70 or 80 now.
Yeah. So good chance. We'll give one away to our subscribers on YouTube. Jack Jones ball here. Let me grab it. I will show you guys what you can win real quick before we log off.
It's a lot of work plugging all this shit. And then we got 78 now. Oh.
So I'll be giving away this Jack Jones signed football.
Oh, I was like,
Later, blew it up. Giveaway. Just subscribe to the YouTube. We'll give this away. I'll post it today on YouTube, on Instagram, all that stuff. So there we go. Jack Jones. And we'll see you guys next week. Anything else, Josh?
No, we're out, man. See you guys Sunday.
Cool. You want to take a picture? We'll do it like this. We'll do a giveaway.
Take a better picture and inflate the damn ball.
I know it's easier to ship not inflated.
Yeah, but you can inflate it and deflate it. Easier to ship. You want to save $3.
It's not even that. It's just I like them better not inflated. I don't know how you guys are. Because if you inflate it and it deflates, then the signature goes away.
Okay, Don Brady. We'll deflate the balls.
We're done. I'm out. Later, guys.